Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another game here at the North American Challenger League. It's good to be back with you, and it's nice to see everybody back here for what should be one of the better games of the night as Team 8 take on CompLexity Black. And as you guys see our little Twitters pop up there, if you guys have predictions and want to tweet them at us, we'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And as well, you can head over to our Reddit thread by searching for NACL and vote on all of tonight's games. We'll probably have some of our super helpful and totally not dictatorial mods. Throw them down in chat, and you guys can vote because we'd love to see what you guys have to say about the games. But before we talk about too much, I want to actually hop into the game. So let's go ahead and get into Champion Select as Team 8 takes on CompLexity Black. Now, Team 8 yesterday had probably one of the toughest matchups that you could possibly give them, other than like LMQ or Cloud9 HyperX Tempest. They were taking on Curse Academy, and it was a crazy game. Yeah. Some of the best games that I've cast this season come from Team 8, and I'm so excited to see them take on CompLexity Black.
And one of the key factors was California Trolls' Vladimir, which got banned away here.
Dude, holy cow, man.
I'm surprised he doesn't draw 3 bans.
Yeah, exactly. You got to ban his Nidalee here. If you don't ban Nidalee, it's just going straight up there to the top lane, or they can do that cool Team 8 mind game where they pick Nidalee early and then put it mid lane and run like a Malphite top.
That's what they did. They swapped it out with the Vladimir. So the bands coming through, the bland bands. LeBlanc, Ziggs.
Vladimir.
LeBlanc's not going to come out there. Nothing for Broken Shard, nothing for Prolly. So very, very direct bans towards them. Well, at least away from Guess 8. It looks like Caston is going to be the final ban. Do not want to get Slushy to get that one. And will it be the Nidalee for California Trolls?
I mean, you got to go for it. It's not only that you can pick it for your top. The Lulu, though. All right, so less about picking strong champions for yourself. While that is what they just did, they're going to pick it away from CompLexity Black. And I like the pick on Lulu, but now you have to know that CompLexity Black are going to pick Nidalee away from this. And Nidalee into Lulu is not super great, and it's not something Westrise plays either.
It's something that probably plays a lot either. I don't think that's something he'd be comfortable taking.
Well, he probably wants Ziggs, but he can't have him. So
there's
what do you
Orianna
go to?
still, there's Kale, there's a bunch of things he'd go for. They could also hold the ban for last because they do have last pick. So they could go for possibly the bot lane combination if they want. Thresh is open for Bubba. Nidalee getting hovered over.
You gotta pick, you gotta pick the Nidalee away.
I don't know.
The problem is that puts you already into playing like a poke composition, and anytime you're trying to
I don't like it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a little bit rough to pick away, but you have to go for it because if you give Lulu and Nidalee, you pretty much just gave Lulu away for free when you could have banned her and maybe expected them to pick the Nidalee anyway.
All right, so the time's ticking down. It looks like they're going to get that Nidalee for themselves, and there it goes.
Locking it in. But more importantly, they got Thresh for Bubba.
Yeah.
Bubba is a Thresh god, and to see Pantheon and maybe even LeBlanc, I mean, I feel like you just give probably Ziggs and then prevent them from getting Thresh. Like, Thresh is too big a playmaker for the bottom lane. It's what's helped, I think it gave, it was the bottom lane really that carried CompLexity Black through their win over LMQ, when LMQ were just stomping almost everyone. And so, I don't know, making that bottom lane a little bit stronger is going to be a pretty rough thing to do, but that does give away the double guns of Lucian over to Moonlight Mile, who is, by the way, from Maple Street. So if you guys are wondering, where's Maple Street? Where's he at? He's not in jail, I promise. He's actually here just under another name.
All right. So he's kind of in the witness protection program. We shouldn't be saying that.
Darn it, I gave it away.
You gave it all away. You kind of you're a terrible Secret Service agent.
Now the throngs of sponsors and fangirls will go find Maple Street, and I was trying to keep him safe and secret. I let you down. I apologize. Everybody should tweet at Maple Street LOL and tell him how profusely sorry we are for giving away his secret identity.
All right, so Lee Sin gets tossed over to Guess 8. That could still be top, if anything, if California Trolls wants to bust that one out, because we know that the Nidalee is not going to go top there. We have a Caitlyn most likely going to get locked in for Robert. It's a very safe lane with that Thresh. The Olaf, though, could be going around.
Olaf's a little bit new here.
It's
going to be going into the jungle for Broken Shard. You don't really play Olaf top anymore just because he's a little bit weak there early game. He gets really strong, but he uses mana, and that's the biggest problem to have there top lane. Now, locking on Lee Sin means that could see him in the jungle, but also top lane. We've seen him a lot out top more often here. Westerice, in fact, had a great game on Lee Sin just yesterday when he dropped down to 1-4 in lane, but still had crazy CS and pushing powers in the CompLexity Black's win from the other day. I believe hovering over the Sejuani. All right, so probably not going to be the Sejuani pick. Hovering over now Renekton, probably a little bit more likely. So that's going to be a standard top laner for California Trolls, and maybe the only standard top laner we've seen him play before. I think he has one game of Renekton that they played during the qualifiers for NACL, but I don't know, man. I want to see something. Like, the reason I love watching California Trolls play is because he doesn't play the meta. This is going to be very meta, so it'll be nice to see how he plays just a straight-up matchup that everybody knows how to play against, instead of like the Nidalee Vladimir Malphite that may be a little bit less familiar.
All right, and last pick here, we're looking for a top lane for West Rice. Could be the Mundo, could be the Shyvana, like you said, and could be maybe something Unorthodox said. Could be coming out there. You know, Assassin, he's already got the tank in the Olaf jungle. If it is Nidalee top, that's still not out of the question exactly. It could be something for probably mid if he wants to take that against Lulu. But I want to speculate on picks, but we're just going to wait.
Well, I mean, there's already pretty guaranteed picks there for Lulu, so you at least know one of them.
And Garen, one of the champions, is playing solo queue a lot. I don't think the team's going to let him play that because, you know, he just...
He's wanting to play it. Like, I don't know if you remember, like, West Rice back from, like, season 1 and 2. Garen was out there, so probably
Trundle's a thing too.
You know, and Trundle versus Renekton, I don't think that's the necessarily the greatest matchup for Trundle. But yeah,
really
that's just the problem. You just outscale, and I think that's more and more what League of Legends is turning into a game of. It's who picks the more late game team composition, but this is pretty much comfort picks out there. Dodo 8, we've seen some huge tibbers from that guy, and I really feel like as impressive as all the individual lane matchups are, you got to look towards that bottom lane support matchup. Dodo 8, as one of the 2 shot callers along with Slushie on teammate, has made incredible decision making, and like Phoenix Peripherals, impeccable choices and plays. So it's nice to see why Team 8 have such a strong presence there in the bottom lane. It's not just Maple Street making those crazy outplays. It's Dodo 8 helping him out. But Bubba Dub on Thresh, you can't count that guy out. Probably can't kite him either. But he's going to have a very strong presence down there. Really excited to see not only the bottom lane, but you got an Olaf returning to the jungle. And the first sort of standard pick for California Trolls. Keep talking to him. He wants to play that Fizz top, but his team won't let him. Especially
against why.
Yeah, against a Trundle. I don't think anyone would want to have that. But as we hop here into spectator delay, we're going to throw it over to a quick commercial break. So don't go anywhere. We're going to throw it to a sponsor shout out first. I was getting ahead of myself. So
rapidly thinking.
Still don't go anywhere. We'll speed up the thinking here in a little bit. That's why we take a little bit of commercial break so I can like get some like, I don't know, brain juice. So you can get stimulated. All right, so the first sponsor we're going to shout out is going to be Loot Crate. $13, 37 cents a month to get a nice little crate delivered to your door of the latest gamer, geek, swag, apparel, and goodies. They have a theme shirt every month, and this one's going to be Attack on Titanfall, a little bit of anime, a little bit of mech, mix it into one, and then Phoenix Peripherals. Check them out, phoenixcollection.com. They have the most impeccably and elegantly crafted peripherals for your computer or laptop on the market. You could find the best mice, headset, keyboard, and mouse plate on the market there. And then LOL Class. I thought a long time about it, and I remembered that it was LOL Class. And if you guys want to remember LOL Class, you can click on the link right down below the screen. And there, I was about to say you could buy a LOL Class for $13.37 a month. Man, this break is not coming fast enough, but we're going to get there after we shout them out and tell you guys to head over there for a very affordable lesson from some of your favorite LCS and Challenger pros. You can learn some of their super secret tips about some of their favorite champions. You can do it very affordably, and of course by clicking on the link right down below or heading over to lolclass.com. We're going to head over to a quick commercial break. I'm going to find myself some brain juice somewhere, I promise. But don't go anywhere. We've got Team 8 taking on CompLexity Black. When we come back after a short break, see you soon.
As I fell to the ocean floor, fading light through an open door, I saw myself rise with the water. They thought they could keep me down, hold their breath and watch me drown, but all they did was push me higher. We don't care what they say, we will be here all day. We'll stay till it's over, till the world's out of sight. We will stand, we will fight, it's not over till it's over. Through the nights in the rain, through the time and the pain, we stand, we'll never fall. And then at the end of it all, we will win, we will chant, it's not over till it's over.
And welcome back, everybody, to the North American Challenger League. I'm Rapid. I'm here with EGAD. We're hopping into our second game of the night. And this is going to be a doozy. Every time we see Team 8 out into the Rift, it's going to be a good game. And they're playing up against CompLexity Black, who have had some incredibly strong performances this season and some incredibly not quite so strong performances. So as one of the teams I expected to just climb way out to the front at the beginning of the season, it's been a little bit more of a struggle. But we're going to learn how to turn our struggles into snuggles as we get into this game. And I wish VVV were playing so that was relevant. I just really wanted to say the word snuggles.
Dun,
so.
dun,
Dun, dun. No, that was like the oh, okay. Value Piltover Peacemaker hits everyone except for Maple Street. He dodged.
Actually, I think he's taking a bit of damage.
I don't think so. See,
That's just some black pixel that I see. I don't know. It looked like some of it was missing, but it's okay. And they are going to keep rotating around as a 5-man squad, looking to possibly catch someone out. But I think they're going to go back to their spread and keep it defensive.
Yeah, apparently it was who was it that was like? It was Robert Exley who was having some Lagarino issues, and so maybe he's going to fix those.
We've had this issue before, you know, where they get the wrong server, or like they get a bad server for the player. And then
but I don't even think it's that, because literally no one else is having problems.
Oh, okay.
So that's hopefully a struggle that Robert can deal with as the game continues, because otherwise it's going to be a little bit of a rough night for young Robert Exley.
Let's see. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. No blue star for Broken Shard. He's going to go red, so we're going to be a little low in mana when he goes for that blue, but that's why he's going to help from West, right? So when he spams those undertows, he doesn't have to spam as many. And blue start for Guess 8 as well, so mirror starts from
Now something
sides. That
both Dodo and Bubba do are kind of the Gambit strat, where they send the support deep into the enemy jungle to harass the jungler very early on, but that's only if he starts on blue side, or if the support's blue side and the opposing jungler starts blue. Didn't happen this time, so Olaf will be level 3 or level 2 by the time he gets to that blue buff, and that'll make it a little bit rougher for supports to go harass him. But already Prolly dropping pretty low there in the mid lane. We talked about baiting out the Nidalee pick, not working out well against that Lulu. So early trades up top lane, but not a whole lot to come out from that. Top lane sustained. It's kind of taken a hit from items, runes, and masteries. So I don't know if we're going to see super tanks up top very much longer, but we do have maybe one of the last hurrahs for the tanky top lane meta for those mages take over.
interesting enough. And he started cloth armor and 5 potions for West, right? So looking for a lot of sustain there. And both mid laners have no more potions. The harass coming out heavy in that lane, while up top still are holding on to theirs. California Trolls eats a turret shot, though. That's pretty bad for him, so Westrice could capitalize on it. But, you know, Call the Meek spam keeps him healed up for a long time. And the bot lane still just trading back and forth. You see that little domain coming in for some extra sustain as well on top of that for Trundle. While, you know, Annie autos a little bit greater than Caitlyn's, can attack from that really good range and crash off the Thresh. Both Doran's shield starts out for those supports, so a lot of sustain, a lot of tankiness. And where the first jungle gank's going to come in, it looks like Lee Sin's kind of hovering around towards mid right now. Going to be coming in up to Prolly, gets the Tempest Cripple coming through, as well as auto attacks with red buff. It's going to force out his barrier underneath the turret. Oh, he gets the barrier, does not dive, so really good bait out there. Yeah,
and probably just playing that very, very close. If this were like bronze or silver, both mid laner and jungler would have just flashed under turret immediately. Not a good idea. Probably makes it out alive, so no kill, but forcing him back out of lane. And at the early phase of the game, that's almost as bad as killing him, because you miss so much like early lane XP when those levels are so important.
All right, so that sets him up for possible another gank. He's got the flash though, but this time no security in the barrier, so it could be something crazy for him to go down. Either way, he does lose a little bit of advantage in that mid lane when the CS lead does go over to Sushi up top.
California.
He does slice and dice in a perfect direction down bot. No Death Sentence connect. Stun does come out onto Bubba Dubba. Ignite. Can one go down? No, it looks like no. Flash comes in from Slushie. They chase down on the West right, so they turn this one around. Can he get the undertow? He pops the Ghost to chase down, slowing them down with red buff. Cold Mink does not connect, and Broken Shard going to be able to pick up the kill on the Slushie here. Possibly a double kill. Looks like one. Oh, he flashes away from the undertow. He's able to get out. Did he get the reset? He did. Oh, and the double kill for the undertow downtown to Broken Shard, playing that one well. Westrice getting out of his life as well. Death Sentence comes out in bot lane, not going to connect.
Yeah, and especially that second axe, the Ghost forced out from Broken Shard, but you can't flash away from that. He's just going to catch you down, and drops that axe, picks up the second kill of the game for CompLexity Black, and it was a nice roam from Slushie. Slushie was right where he needed to be, but they had to switch targets. They should have immediately turned focus on Broken Shard, but instead they're still trying to take down Westrice, who did manage to make it out alive. And finally heading his way back to base. We'll be able to pick up a lot off of that. And I like that Cloth Armor 5 health potion start. People seem to forget about, you know, back in the day when you'd see like 9 health potion Katarina's top lane with a couple of wards. Like that was terror. But now going for Cloth 5 really just helps you get that crazy early sustain, even if you don't have it from Rune's Masteries or items, and it builds into very effective itemization versus Renekton, because he's all physical damage, with the exception of his ultimate.
Ooh, Lantern flash play onto
my
Maple Street. Destinus goes on to Dodo, though. He's going to be forced to flash away. Oh, he's going to just take the death.
Yeah, I don't think he's really going to get away from that one. So good job by Dodo not burning any summoners, but at the same time, that's just the Bubba Thresh godlike status down bottom. Like, that guy is ridiculous. I've seen him do things with Thresh that I haven't seen out of, like, anyone else. When you're innovating on a champion that everybody plays, looks pretty good to me. So CompLexity Black, they're going to shove the bottom lane in just to allow Robert Exley and Bubba Dub a chance to back out of their guess 8. Not going to have a case of Lee Syndrome jumping in there, so it's just going to help.
What?
Maple
No,
Street.
it'd be so much fun and look so cool.
But he's not level 6, so there's no like insect combination.
Ooh,
Oh,
probably got level
Slushy.
6. Gonna look for one more pounce. The shield's gonna wear out. No, Ignite comes in. He's forced to flash from the turret. Does not want to die to that one. And Slushy will go down, so probably telling me wrong. He's like, Dan, I do play Nidalee, and I will show you.
Well, I mean, he does play Nidalee, but I'm just saying it's not like necessarily the matchup you want as a Nidalee player. But I don't know, Slushy getting a little bit out 1v1. That roam, that early death really put him far behind. Down 10 CS, down a couple kills, and this is only going to make it harder for him because it's going to be an Athene's and Holy Grail build here from Prolly, which is going to give you that magic resistance you need early on in lane.
Thought we were going to see a dive from California Trolls. You know, he's got the level 6, he's got the Dominus, gets the stun, gets a bunch of good poke out there at the cost of 1 turret shot. And when Westeros hit 6, it could be the nice setup for a gank on him again, especially with that flash still on cooldown there. The flow of this game is already starting to go in CompLexity's favor. They have that 1.4k gold lead, 5 to 4k, and they could go look for a control on Dragon. They have a lot of good pressure with the kills that Broken Shard picked up, so could pick up the Spear of the Ancient Golem and then look to rotate for that one. They got a BF Sword on Caitlyn as well. A Phage was built out early for Moonlight Mile. I keep wanting to call him that, but it's Maple Street. So looking for some early HP to trade out, as well as that movement speed buff isn't hurt.
All right, so we already have some, I don't know, a rough mid lane especially. Junglers, I mean, they kind of don't have their presence out on the map all the time, so it's not something you really want to say, oh my goodness, Broken Shard's up 2 kills. It's going to help when he goes for ganks, but not all the time. California Troll is going to get hit up there a couple times. As Westrise, it's going to be ultimate down, so no more subjugation in the top lane, but gives you a huge health bonus. Westrise really going to have that in lane versus California Trolls, who will need to just play this out just a little bit more to even up the score.
All right, and a nice big wave going to get him a little lead down there. Destinus does connect. They get the play as well, but he just relentless pursuits away and out of from that one. So let's see if he can actually pick up all the CS. Can you count it? It's 1. Looking for 2. Gets it. He missed actually 1. The game is over. You lose. But
you lose the CS in game. All right.
Broken Shard now going to get caught out in the jungle here.
Prolly's going for their own
ultimate.
2. You can't slow out a Ragnarok to Olaf. Slushy is barely alive.
You can kick in Italy though, so able to disengage.
Oh,
from that
the
one.
spear!
Wow, really good spear to come in from Prolly to snipe out that kill.
You know, it's actually a javelin, Dan.
Is it a javelin?
There's a small,
is
subtle
that
difference.
Pantheon? No.
Pantheon's got spear shot, but
It's javelin toss, right?
They have those javelins. She tosses out there. Able to pick up the kill. 5th kill of the game here for CompLexity Black, and now going for the first dragon of the game at 9 minutes.
All right, so they're able to secure that one. It's not worth that much gold, but it'll still secure them a lot of gold for the team. Guess it looking for a possible steal. Get sniped down over here. Dashes in and gets the steal.
Oh my God.
For his life. Really, wow, fantastically. Flashes in, war jumps as well, and then
Broken Shard didn't even get a chance to smite there.
He was like, wait, what?
It's like, why is there a Lee Sin in my game? And
How
so
did he get here?
First dragon actually goes to Team 8. And how do you count these guys out? Like, they can be down so much gold, like down plays in every lane, and still trying to bring things back in the game, and sometimes that's what it takes. So less jungle pressure out there on the map, more gold for your entire team. Dodging out that spear, probably he can afford to take these bad trades because he's starting to stack up enough magic regeneration, or mana regeneration, so that he can get those heals out there.
And no blue buff on a Slushy as well, so that's going to help out probably in that mid lane. While Westrise and California Trolls both below half, kind of trading out back and forth. California sacrificing some turret hits there to get some more harass off. Spear connects to the mid lane, though. Nothing crazy. Guess 8 maybe looking to head up there after that white if he wants to do that one. But I think California Trolls is fine with out-CSing his opponent there, even with the 1 death.
Now, bottom lane was the lane we said we wanted to look at before we hopped into this game. And so it's going to be different builds. Bloodthirsty for Caitlyn, Trinity Force there for Lucian. So it's I don't know how I really want to call that right now. The action's top lane. Yes, waiting there in the wings. Just finished stealing the dragon. See if he can steal.
Broken Shard was heading up, but heads back towards mid now. So this could be an opportune
California
time.
needs to like make a trade here with Westrise.
Oh, the Meek. He used it. Gonna look for a possible slice and dice into that Ruthless Predator for the stun. If he gets some more rage. A little bit poke down bot, but nothing crazy. We're still waiting to see what happens in this top lane. While a little bit of a culling comes through, they actually do go in. The pillar comes out. Ignite is dropped, and the kick with a subjugate heal not going to be enough.
Barely enough. That's why I feel like you just shove the wave and then dive in. I think that might have worked out just a little bit better, but now Broken Shard is coming top lane. Not sure what he's going to get done up there 2v1, but Renekton
was diving.
California Trolls pulls respawn. Might be able to get over the
Lulu, where's your roam? Where are you going to help him? The pings are coming out. He's like, team, help. Slushy, please. He's going to flash over the wall. Yeah, okay. So he gets through. That wall's actually surprisingly thick. It's really hard to dash through. Actually, you can't dash through it. Most people cannot. So he had to use a flash there.
California steps on a Nidalee trap, so he can't go back there.
Yeah.
The struggle, but some great trap placement there from Prolly. You know, he's not quite on that like shifter level of trapping. He's been focusing more on like the actual lane and CSing and killing and roaming rather than setting up a ton of traps mid. That's something that every time I watch shifter play, I'm always impressed by is how suddenly in about like 15 minutes there's like 20 traps in lane. You're just like, how did they get there? Because he just stacks them up. It's really cool to see. But Prolly's playing a little bit of a different style of Nidalee, getting a lot more roams off early
Lancer
on.
gank comes in, flashlight. This looks like an earlier gank, but a nice Tibbers to slow them up for a little bit. Broken Shard gets the refresh on the undertow. A ton of damage comes in from that E. And there's the Piltover Peacemaker. There's another undertow flash forward from Robert X. Lee, and it will be Broken Shard picking up the kill, but at the cost of his life. Meanwhile, Annie is stuck in the box. Gets a 3-man stun, though.
My
the save from the Lee Sin. Oh, but a flash pounce comes in from Prolly. Meanwhile, Robert X. Lee gets cut off, and Slushy picks up one. Can they pick up another, though, is the question. Really low on Bubba Dub. He doesn't have flash, so they can secure this kill. Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike when he gets the energy, and it will be the Glitter Lance for the kill as Thresh will go down, and they make that into a 3 for 2.
Yeah, 3 for 2. So coming back wasn't the greatest of trades, but off the dive, a little bit over.
Ooh, flashing knife forward.
Oh my gosh, Prolly's dead here.
Autos. Oh, and the shutdown. He gets himself a killing spree.
Slushy. And it's 4 for 2. Great trade in the bottom. California Trolls will pick up a kill on the turret top lane. First turret of the game, first dragon of the game for Team 8. And all of a sudden, we've been talking about almost nothing but Complexity Black making plays all game long. Bilgewater Cutlass there. I don't think California Trolls is going to die here, but he is going to solidly lose this
He's waiting
trade.
for a slice and dice? Okay, never mind. They just back off. They're like, all right, you know what? I give up. The wet noodle fight. It just never stops.
And now when you think about it, not only is the gold count back to within 200 gold, but we have the first 2 global objectives of the game going to Team 8. And all of a sudden you're looking for an advantage for Complexity Black, and really it's just in that jungle. We saw Slushy able to come back mid and more importantly bottom lane and win that 1v1 versus Prolly. And I would guess just being the one who's maybe behind in the jungle score, but ahead in the plays that he's made taking down Dragon. Man, things starting to look good for Team 8 again, and I really have to risk kind of like fanboying over like super clutch plays like that. It's just nice to watch, but probably doing a lot better on Nidalee than we expected.
Yep.
Mid lane, he's having a great game, 3-1-1, and as that poke keeps getting higher and higher, like that's something that just gets more and more valuable as the game draws on. When you start pressuring things like Dragon, that's up in a minute.
So, they have the timing on it since they didn't pick up the kill with it for guess 8. Items coming through. It looks like a Trinity Force being rushed out here from Maple Street, as well as the BT being completed for Robert X. Lee there. Looking for the possible Last Whisper, or just go for the boots and then the Phantom Dancer for the standard build out there for some crits and mobility. Athene's was completed as well for both mid laners, so they're going to be able to sustain and poke for quite a while. California Trolls and Westrise just going back at it up top, but he slices away.
Yeah, Westrise is far enough ahead in this matchup so that even though he's down in a little bit of CS, his skill kit and especially itemization, very aggressive early on, is just too much for California Trolls to deal with. He can try to win that lane back more slowly with just Call the Meeks and just wave clear, but he's not going to have any 1v1 potential because that's what Trundle does best. Like he wants you to just sit there and fight him because I don't think he loses too much when he's sitting there like beating on you.
And beating on him with that club
And
still.
California Troll is playing this one really.
He's got dominance.
What is he doing? He's walking all the way up there.
Westbrook's out of mana, but that domain is going to give him the speed to catch up, but I guess he gives up the chase there. While Slushi and Probably go back at it in this mid lane. He's going to be revealed. We're going to see a war jump come in from Guess 8.
Oh, Guess.
No, they're not going to be able to get it, but wow, a flank comes in from the back, kicks Broken
okay.
Shot through, gets a double knockup. The Cullen coming in from the side. They're kind of spread out and pincered here from the side of CompLexity Black. We do have Ragnarok getting popped down. Tibbers is going to stun him up, though.
Broken
Gonna look
Shot's
for the Bear to block him out. No, and he pulls the Lantern out, too, with the Ragnarok active. And Descendant's going to come in, but does not connect. So they find one kill on Dodo, who kind of gets a little bit of mispositioning there. And with Dragon Live, they could try to contest this one. I guess they're still really healthy. But now Slushi going to go back in onto Probably, chunk him away. He gets the heal. Spirit change that one around. Goes back in with a pounce of the leap. Guess 8, can he come over the wall? Wild Growth comes out. Ignite goes through. The Lantern as well to save him
Oh my gosh, Bubba Dub.
Teleport comes in, but no.
And the Pix follows him and takes him down. I guess that really was a pick.
Yeah. Okay, that was bad.
Yeah.
That was really bad. Okay.
I was reading.
Okay, Dragon's being started up.
Okay.
It looks like Teammate is going to try to get this objective, but Broken Shard's waiting in the wings. Possibly make something happen while California Trolls holds off that mid lane wave. We do have him looking to come in right now. He has Ghost, if anything. Smite just came up while Slushi's getting chased down. Sonic Wave Resurrect comes through, but it's the shutdown and the blue buff over to Robert Exley. Guess 8 dashes over the wall. Trolls should have been there a little bit earlier. He was dealing with that wave. Bubba was going to get soloed out while Robert Exley flashing over the wall. We do have California Trolls chasing him down. Possibly going to look for a dive on that turret. No, they're going to go back to the objective here.
Guess somehow still
alive.
alive.
Slipe comes out. Oh, almost kills him. The safeguard keeps him alive.
Gosh.
And they will clear out wards and back out to fight
Probably's
another day.
here to poke.
No, they're just going to back out from teammate's side. CompLexity Black going to leave West Race up top. Split pushing, probably maybe be a little bit of a nuisance and stop them from backing. While Broken Shard actually pings onto the Dragon here.
Yeah, CompLexity can actually go for this. Dodo and Maple Street are in the area, so they do have some like stop potential, but stop Maple Street from going back there. It's he's very low health, very low mana, and Robert's got all of that he could possibly want. Dragon here probably
Culling
will
to
go.
try to steal? Is that what Maple's looking for? Slushi is on the side, gets hit by a spear, and there's the smite, and that will be the second Dragon of the game over to CompLexity Black. And that was really awkward.
Maple probably should have just finished his back and just given that up. Trying to contest that wasted a lot of time for Team 8, and now they're having to deal with a Westrice who is super huge top lane, already has a Blade of the Ruined King when he goes back, and has retaken that top lane turret. So both turrets down in the top lane. So you have to look at where the bruisers are at right now. With that Blade of the Ruined King just now finished, that is exactly where you want to be for Westrice. Doesn't need those tank stats just yet.
Ooh, two-man Timbers comes through, looking for Robert Exley. He does net away. A bunch of damage goes into Dodo, safeguard and the flash to keep him alive. Snipe comes through, but he will be able to coordinate and block that one for his teammate. Timbers still alive, just barely though. Looking to keep this turret alive. Here's the Culling coming through. They pulls the Lantern. Again, flash forward comes in from Maple Street. Chasing this one out. Will he be able to get it? No, Piercing Light does not connect. Flay backwards comes in from Bubba Dub, though. Now, Descendants pulls him underneath the turret. Really aggressive play comes in from Maple Street, and he's going to pay with it for his life. Play with it for his life.
Got it. I guess H should have been there for the backup, but Maple was way in there almost. Picks up 2 kills, but unable to find either one.
That was kind of unfortunate. And a really good play from Bubba Dub, though. Those Lancers have been on point all game, as well as the kiting he's been doing. We do have Slushi now, possibly going to get chased out here. He did get the refresh on the Undertow, gets a bunch of true damage, but a flash forward comes in from California Trolls. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it will. Dominus comes out as well with the Tiamat proc. While we have Wild Growth going in onto that Lulu, Broken Shard was still chasing him and zoning him away and just decimates California Trolls in a 1-for-1.
California could have just auto-attacked that turret once and killed it and then just walked away from the fight, but decided to keep going, and same thing with the bottom turret, almost down. Now Robert's just going to take that up, get the last auto-attack, and I don't think he's too scared down there.
Oh boy, the odd bro going a little odd underneath that turret there, but now they're going to pay with it. They're going to pay for it with their tier 1 mid, as well as the bot lane had fallen a little while ago. And from Maple Street comes in, we have Guess 8 missing the Sonic Wave, though. War jumps over the wall, Tempest Cripple comes out, looking for a possible chase onto this one. That Ice Pillar, though.
Oh, the Culling's just not up. Could have been a lot of nice extra damage to tag on there, but not able to finish the job. Pretty similar builds for both mid laners, even though the scores are also pretty similar. Both of them have double Doran's rings. I guess they liked it enough to put not one but 2 rings on it.
Is that a Beyonce reference?
I don't know what you're talking about. Is that a new champion release?
Oh my god. All right. Looks like the blue steel? No. All right. They will be able to get over to Slushy. And the red buff goes over to California Trolls.
We already have O Rihanna in the game. Can we have O Beyonce too?
Oh my god.
I'm just saying. There's extra marketing there.
I think that's copyrighted. I think you can't do that.
You can copyright people now? Can I copyright EGAT? All right. I'll get right on that. But after the game, we got to finish this one first.
All right. So, looking in a better spot now is CompLexity Black. They have that nice 4,000 gold lead. They have Dragon Control. They're starting to establish a little bit of aggressive warding. And Bubba going in with that Slate Stone. Looking to build a Talisman Ascension from both support sides. Guess 8 may end up running into him. I drops a ward, goes for the Wraiths. And they're looking for a nice little push here. Robert X. Lee is huge. He's got that Shiv and the BT. So looking for a bit of a push, but gets tagged by Glitter Lance. But it's really hard to push on Lulu. Infinite Glitter Lances and those Help Pixies takes down big minions and harasses you out for a ton of damage.
All right, well, no Trinity. Oh, there is a Trinity Force there. So indeed, you are right, EGAT. Yeah. There are tons of damage. It's nice to see there.
You can't say that. That's copyrighted by Freak.
Oh, that's true. I was requested to call Trinity Forces Cash Money Trinity Forces by the Riot Good King. So I was told to do that. Now, here I am finally seeing one completed there onto Maple Street. It's his first real completed item against Robert X. Lee, who by far has had a much better laning phase. Same in CS, but of course those kills and assists really going to help him out there in the gold department. So Westrice is like, I don't think you know what you're doing. Renekton, this big bully top lane. Westrice just doesn't care. Blade of the Ruined King wins that matchup so ridiculously hard. And now it's actually Westrice going to keep on the pressure. Top lane, not able to pick it up. But oh, Bubba Dub gets taken down. Dodo's Tibbers coming in there. The 1v1 under the turret, flash it out. And Westrice does win the 1v1. Loses his life at the same time. But I feel like that's beneficial trade taking Westrice out of the picture.
Spear, oh, not going to connect there. Slushy dangerous as well as Dodo. They're kind of playing with their little lives at this point while the tier 2 does go down. Well, that spear actually was like inside of his body. That was pretty weird. Guess 8 hits the Sonic Wave, but no one is healthy enough to follow up if he did go for a flash kick or anything crazy like that one. So Broken Shark going to man up, tank this turret. Another Sonic Wave connects. Oh, he jukes it away and will just instantly go back onto that safeguard. Meanwhile, from Maple Street, was actually pushing down that Maple lane and getting the tier 2. Sonic Waves in, gets the Tempest Cripple, kicks and flashes out.
And safeguard.
They pop the Talisman of Ascension. They get a bit of a slow, but a teleport comes in from from Westrice from the top lane, and it actually gets canceled there.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Westrice decided to cancel that teleport.
He's like, oh, you're backing out, guys? Sorry.
That's a full cooldown on it.
All right. So a bit of a hiccup there, maybe.
Yeah, like TP was the big play from that
would have secured the inhibitor, I think.
Exactly. You just TP in, take the inhib.
Whoa, that lag.
All right.
Spectator lag.
Excuse me. All right, we're back. Don't worry. Game's continuing as maybe not as planned. California Trolls taking out Pink Ward. I think Dodo just finished taking out one there as well, and Spears continuing to land. California now down below half hit points, and he really needs that Ravenous Hydra to get some lifesteal back in here, because especially with the Blade of the Ruined King, there's no way you can 1v1 Westrice right now.
It looks like they're going to try to start the next big fight
Robert's
right here.
Top lane,
oh,
California.
On a flay into the spear, forces out the Dominus and the Hell Picks onto him to shield him up. Looks like they're still focusing on this dragon, though. Will they be able to pick it up? It looks like the answer is yes. Well, Dodo gets hooked out there into a spear again with the flay. Gets a 2-man Tibbers, though, and they will be able to burst out a bunch of damage to Westrice. But now Broken Shark comes in, probably slapping up people in the pit, like shooting fish in a barrel. And from Maple Street, kind of kite as much as possible. Does not get hit by a spear. Wild Growth goes into him. They're going to kite it out as much as possible for him and peel away. Sonic Wave Resonant Strike goes in onto Westrice. He picks up the kill, and it will be from Maple Street trying to take down Bubba Dub. Can he get it? One crit, one more piercing light, and he will pick up the kill. Probably they'll now stay in the Cougar form.
He flashes away.
Sonic Wave Resonating Strike, and he gets a double kill and dashes out. Slushy falls down to Broken Shard. Sonic Wave does connect, and going in is Guess 8, getting the auto attacks, refreshing that energy. Looking for one more. Can he war jump in? Yes, he can. Turning around, but not able to get the true damage, and Maple Street will get the shutdown and a killing spree while Robert X. Lee goes down in the mid lane, takes down the inhibitor.
Yeah, it's a good fight and some crazy plays from Team 8. They're fighting and clawing their way back in the game. But that was a 4v5. Robert was able to backdoor the inhibitor while everybody else was doing crazy shenanigans. Just look at all the ward coverage around that dragon. They're just like, we don't really like that whole fog of war mechanic around there. So they warded up, take it down, and so Team 8 by far went out on the fight, but the overall trade was much worse for them as they do lose the first inhibitor of the game.
That was crazy. I don't know what else to say about that one. That was so good to see Maple Street play that. But
Man,
then a better
Maple's
play
just
from Maple
been making
from Robert Exley.
sick plays like every single game. This guy is just on point. He's working hard for those sponsorship monies. So I gotta say it's been a rough time for Team 8 after kind of disbanding after their loss in NACS, but they're staying together for NACL, and it's great to see such an incredibly talented team play this game. Like, these guys are no joke, but CompLexity Black, man, having huge performances from Prolly, but probably most impressive 7-2 and 4 in the jungle. Jungle Olaf. You don't see it too often. Broken Shard's making it work.
Carry-Lof. So doing a good job in that role. See Pink Bird's coming out on their side of the map. They're trying to control that one. Oh, Super comes in. Broken Shard snipes out that ward. And it looks like Baron pressure going to be exerted out here from CompLexity Black. Blue Buff going to get tossed over to Prolly. And that might be their next big objective, because those super minions are going to start bashing into that door. They could look to get some wave slow pushing, as well as the teleport being up for Westrace now, so he could look to split push and then teleport into a fight, if anything.
Slushi dodging away from those spears, which, by the way, are going to start to hurt. Probably currently sitting with 330 AP. It's going to be a 328. Let's get that right. It's going to start doing some damage out there, and there's not enough magic resistance on pretty much anyone other than Guess, who does have that Negatron cloak, to really stop those spears from doing almost anything. There's a Chalice of Harmony on Dodo. All right, so, and he has Molten Shield, so that's some pretty big defenses against those spears. But
wow,
was that a flash forced out from Prolly? Yeah. Ooh. No flash forced by California Trolls, so he could have followed that, but would have been a little bit alone. Fighting against the super minions in the mid lane, Team 8. They're pushing back, but they got to stop this bottom lane, or the top lane push. It's Broken Shard tanking up the turret, and then has Robert there for damage.
Oh, a one-man stun goes into the bubbit of the culling. Actually, the Ignite from Dodo will pick up the rest of that kill. They do lose the tier 1 in the mid lane and the tier 2 up top.
So it's 4-on-5 right now. How do you press your advantage? You're pushing against super minions. It's a rough lane to start to shove. Mr. Tibbers is going to get in there. Franken Tibbers. But now, bottom lane's a rough game for California Trolls. Has to go up against Westrice, who is just stomping on him. Needs to let that turret turn around for some help.
He can't fight anymore. Even with Subjugate, he's going to flash in, get the stun, look for more damage as well, and will be the side wave.
Westrice 2v1. Where's the follow-up? Ward jump over the wall. Guess still looking.
He gets down, and now they're going to be cutting him off with the Talisman, the stun, and he will go down from Maple Street, who will snag up a nice little buff. Sushi maybe going to chase this one out, shield up the damage. No, all right. So they got the rest of them out of there.
Making picks. Some really good plays coming out here from Team 8 to just stall the game out little by little. Try to get their inhibitor up. Try to even out this game, because right now it is not looking even as far as just the individual team fights are concerned. While I don't know, Team 8 can outplay CompLexity Black, but it's not about the outplays in the team fights. It's just the overall strategy. It's like, we're willing to lose this team fight and get an inhibitor. We're willing to sacrifice a champion here to take a turret top lane. So overall, still kills being lost, but CompLexity Black are winning out overall in the global objective.
All right, with 2-1 in Dragons in favor of Team 8. They're doing a good job there. It looks like they're pushing up this mid lane. Their inhibitor respawning fairly soon. So there it goes. It just respawned, and now they're going to push down to tier 2 here. Spear connects on to Guess 8, though. They're kind of chunked, and in the backline is Broken Shard looking to chase them down, as well as Guess.
Dodo's got a nice
caught,
stun, but he's
Talisman away, and they're going to kite this one out. The culling
right on the Broken Shard, chunks him down, but he throws the axe. It takes out Dodo. Maple Street's going to go in. It's the Maple Mile. He's just taking out everyone. Now California Trolls dies to a spear in the back. Prolly still on that rampage, but it's 3 for 1 as only Broken Shard down. And Westrice, actually, it's Maple Street and Robert Exley. Maple cannot fight this. He's got a red buff. They have some burst damage out there, but he's just trying to trade this one back. He's got the barrier. Can he outplay Broken Shard? Okay, that wasn't Broken Shard. It was Maple Street. I saw the O and Robert Exley and was like, Robert Exley didn't work. Sorry about that one. Robert Exley wins the 1v1 as you'd expect. It was actually a lot closer than I expected. So now it's Prolly sitting there auto-attacking the inhibitor. Doesn't work as well as when Robert Exley backdoors.
No, it does not work as well as all. Even though he has the heal from the heal the attack speed from the heal from the heal. Yeah, that's what it does. But they're going to be able to hold this one off while they look to go towards Baron here. Trundle can tank it up. He does a ton of damage to it. And Caitlyn does damage in response. Olaf is coming down from the mid lane too, so it looks like they're going to try to rush this one out. With 4 seconds left on from Maple Street, it looks like they might be able to get this, but it could be dangerous if they do make it in time from the side of teammate.
Oh, there's no way the teammate are going to come contest this. It's already almost down. Yeah, Broken Shard and Westrise could pretty much just two-man that right now. They're way ahead of the pack, and as CompLexity Black take down that Baron, how do you counter this out? Like, every single point of this game is like CompLexity Black make a play and then teammate try desperately to claw back with something equal. And they've done an okay job at equalizing things right up until that point, but now you're starting to see some big permanent advantages with a lot of turrets down, a lot of kills going over to especially this big tank lineup. Westrise and Broken Shard are just absolutely huge. Now California Trolls will be forced to dominance out there. This is a nice engagement, but with Spears chunking down Maple Street in the back, California Trolls very, very low. Will have to disengage. Maple's just going in on this. Bubba Dub's now going to be the one to fall, teleport in, and now Broken Shard's actually going to die. Maple Street's just killing everyone. He picks up the double. Is that a triple? No, it's Slushy that takes out Broken Shard. Now CompLexity Black, they're forced to run away from the fight. Tibbers may die in the back to Robert X. Lee, but it's the Dragon. It's worth a little bit more gold.
All right, so even with Baron buff, we saw CompLexity Black get outplayed there, and they will be able to pick up the Dragon as well as those 3 kills. For one, Guess 8 did a beautiful play to kick in Prolylol into the team, and Lucian just blew him up from Maple Street with a really good play there. So,
and nobody focused Maple. Okay, he got hit by a spear at the beginning of that fight, so Prolly's job is already done. That's at that point, it's the Bruiser lineup that needs to head in, but Westrise teleported late to the fight, so there was only Broken Shard who was supposed to dive in there. He got chunked out, and once he went down, Maple just completely cleaned up. He's now sitting on an 8-3-4 score, and looking like he's going for this is basically the culling build, where you build a, not the Black Cleaver that you used to see out of things like Don't Mash Me as Lucian, but you go for the Youmuu's Ghost Blade. And I actually would like to see a Black Cleaver just because there's so much ambient armor stacking, but either way, you're going to get a lot of armor penetration and tons of shots on the culling. So that's really going to start to hurt here is picking up a Brutalizer, not standard AD carry itemization. Hey, it's still going to work out pretty well.
Yeah, some extra CDR. If he gets a blue buff, you know, you got 30% with that one. Excuse me, you get 20%. So
the number of cullings intensify.
Yeah, so could be a decent cooldown. It's only about 40 seconds.
Push
anyway.
down the mid lane. Maple didn't even care about the fact that there was a Baron buff there. Teammates still fighting the Dragon and winning, taking it down and winning a team fight. But now, California Trolls and Slushy are looking for the counter engage. Oh my god, this is a little bit of an overextension here. They're just going to explode out the bushes and see what they can do. And Bubba Dub, he walks right into California Trolls, gets blown up before the fight even starts. Maple's in the back culling out Westrise, but I think Westrise can win that 1v1. Nobody peeling from Maple, but he's still barely staying alive. It's Guess and the rest of Team 8 in the back, taking down CompLexity Black.
They're chasing down a Broken Shard now. He can't be slowed. He had the Ragnarok going. Sonic Wave, Resonate Strike. Red buff going to slow him out. He's going to try to turn around with the Slushy, and somehow Maple Street lived, and Broken Shard will end up falling. Spear comes out, does not connect, and it was California Trolls peeling off from Maple Street suddenly in the back line.
Slushy's racing in. He's got that whimsy, and how can Westrise try to escape this?
Oh, nice. Hell picks off the Wolves with the Glitter Lance.
The Wolves helping him out there. Wolves versus Trolls. That's why you guys shouldn't troll. There's no Trollerino. Was able to take him down, and Westrise finally falling. I want to go back and watch that, figure out how exactly Maple was able to escape from the...
He had Blade of the Rune King?
Yeah, Blade, he had Pillar, he had the speed up from the Frozen Domain. Like, man, that was a good escape. Maple just coming out with the moves.
Maple
and
countered his Blade of the Rune King with his own?
With his own Blade of the Rune King.
And then he countered out the slow with from the Pillar with his dash. It looks like they're going to try to stop California Trolls here and sustain him up.
Yes, he's going to die.
No, he will not. Oh, he did die. Okay, excuse me. So, from Maple Street doing all the damage.
The culling over the wall. Not enough. One more shot of the culling. Couldn't quite take him down. But, man, this is some impressive play from Team 8. They're just clawing, fighting their way back. And for the first time all game long, Team 8 have a gold advantage, they have a kill advantage, and they've tied it up at 6-6 in turrets. And now all they have to do is make it back to base, heal, and put themselves on an even footing now with CompLexity Black. I don't know what to say. This is just, like we said, the bottom lanes battling it out. We've got 8 3 and 6 on Maple Street. We've got pretty good positive score there from Robert X. Lee, but not building the same items. Can Team 8 stop this inhibitor from going down. They are going to push things off. Broken Shard is so tanky. He can just be that big man up in the front, and I don't think anybody's going to be able to take him down. He's chunked down just a little bit, but inhibitor down again. CompLexity Black taking it out.
All right, and that not themselves their second kill of that inhibitor this game. Gonna see a pink ward, gonna take it out. Gonna go through the jungle, possibly look to rotate towards bot. From Maple Street kind of by himself here. Gonna poke out Broken Shard just a little bit. The turret goes down in one swift hit of the axe. Ace in the hole connects as well, but he's gonna back off to stay off the minions. He's just fine. Well, Dodo, with that Timbers available, he's got Flash too. Could look for a multiple man stun if he can find in this next fight. It'd be pretty big for them. Could look to rush down mid and get their own inhibitor, possibly end the game. You know, at the point where the respawns are about 40 to 50 seconds, depending on your level. And let's see. They could try to bait out stuff in a brush if they want to stack up from CompLexity Black's side, but they're not going to. Teleport's almost up for Trundle too, so he could look to be that split pushing menace.
All right, now Team 8 are all grouped up. Same thing for CompLexity Black, and right now it's about the plays that you make. And it's all come down to this. 35 minutes into the game, both teams just clawing and fighting and taking as many objectives as they can get, but with an inhibitor mid, CompLexity Black are really able to dictate where Team 8 have their options. They have to stay together as a team. Split pushing probably not going to work out too much unless it's, of course, just pushing out waves on your side of the map like what Westrice is doing top. But he has teleport, so it's okay. So we're really starting to see big items completed. You got the core trifecta almost looking towards that death cap on Slushy, man. Once he hits that death cap with the Lich Bane, there it is, just buying it out. Slushy is so strong right now. Take a look at his AP, 566 on there, and some really undeniable damage. Probably's got some on his side too, 406. Looking to go back and spend his quite copious 1,300 gold, 1,300 on Robert too, so he's probably looking for maybe QSS here to get rid of the Whimsy.
Maybe. I don't expect the QSS. I think Zanyas is not a bad play. Or actually, no. Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at the wrong people here.
I was gonna say Zanyas on Robert Exley. He's done it before.
Yeah.
He did it last season.
Solo blue too,
2 or 3 games.
Undertow.
All right, so nice undertow steal. Gonna put some CDR in a Broken Shard and make him a lot more resilient in fights, just because CDR really helps Olaf survive and helps him kill stuff too because of those reckless swings. Nice pop of the Banshee's Veil. California Trolls really realizing he's pretty much invincible right now. Westrice, he was top lane, now he's bottom lane, just pushing everything. Maple's going to be top lane, but he's just a step behind CompLexity Black. Dragon's back up. Do you really fight for Dragon though?
It's a big gold. It's a big objective, a lot of gold worth now with the scaling it towards the time of the game, so it's worth quite a bit here.
Well, Westrice is going to solo that Dragon out, and probably is coming in there and actually heal himself up instead of healing Trundle. And that would have been like 2.5 attack speed on a Trundle. And this isn't like the Quas Trundle where you get a Zephyr along with it just for ridiculous attack speed. I don't know how Trundle swings his club that fast, but it's pretty cool. Dragon picked up, but they've given away Baron control here to Team 8, so CompLexity Black wisely going back to take that one out, and actually might take out the Baron here as teleport in here from Westrice. He's going to get on there. The Dragons, or the Baron rather, is dropping way too fast for Team 8 to react to this. Dodo steps on a trap, gets hit by his spear, and now they cannot fight this. Dodo's going to die almost instantly, tries to go back for the counter engage. The Culling's coming in from the back. Probably has taken a ton of damage. Maple Street is in the back. He's going to go right in onto Robert, but he gets chunked out there. Maple is in the back line. Probably's going to hop back in, but he still goes down. Maple killing everyone. He's finally going to drop down, but Westrice bumping up. They're the only ones left alive, and a Glitterlance is a double for Slushy. Can Westrice make this happen? Guess might die here, but at what cost? If he dies, he gives a huge buff of health over to Westrice, so he hops off the Frozen Domain. Actually, no, he's going to safeguard back out, and the ace for Slushy off of a 4 versus 5. Dodo died like dodo birds do. He went extinct at the beginning of the fight, but Team 8, some of the most impressive play I've ever seen. Like, what do you say about that?
That was really excellent kiting, and with the shields from Lulu, it was so good. The Giant Growth kept Maple Street alive for so long in the backline. He was able to tank up a Trundle and an Olaf at the exact same time after he took out Robert Exley and Probably. Chasing him down, that's so much damage with that Infinity's Edge paying off. Huge there. All the armor penetration too, just destroying that team. So that fight just incredible. They gave him a Baron, unfortunately, but they still come out on that fight really far ahead. They got their inhibitor in the mid lane. They're going to now be in a good spot to push out the sides.
I don't understand how this happens. You can kind of try to like theory craft and I feel like at some point you just have to sit back and just look on in awe. Like this is some impressive League of Legends, Dan. So it's nice to watch this. Nice to be here with all of you guys to witness these momentous occasions. Every single game that Team 8 plays, while they may lose out in the early game, or at least for the majority of this game so far, they always find their way to claw themselves back. These guys had to be part of the quintet that summons Captain Planet. They'd definitely be the heart.
All right, so now we're looking at a possible blue bait here onto CompLexity Black. His teammate are waiting around the corners, being sneaky, sweeping everything, using that Oracle's Lens. Talisman comes through, wins as well.
Maple's gonna. Oh,
nice,
wow.
Nice ice pillar.
How to stop and engage. Pillar. It's pretty good. And so now it's up to Team 8 to sort of dictate the pace. They won that Baron fight. They're in here against a CompLexity Black that has killed their middle inhibitor twice, has taken down 2 Barons, and Team 8 somehow still in the lead. The gold count at 41 minutes is within 300 gold. This is ridiculously close. One of the closest games I've ever seen. Just both teams just slugging at each other. But at the end of the day, I feel like Lulu's scaling, and especially, okay, Maple Street's chunked. All right, so maybe you need to reevaluate things. He can't get in onto this. This is not a place Maple wants to go. He needs to like back off and lifesteal off Wolves or the White.
Oh, Descendants did not connect from Bubba Duff. If it did, that would have been a pretty good fight for them to look for. From Maple Street, going to sustain back up here.
All right.
But Robert Exley is still a huge factor you have to be scared of. The spears as well are chunking. A ton of damage coming in. He's got the Zanyas now. But dashing forward with the culling, going to try to poke out and do some damage is from Maple Street. If he hits a trap, though, he's going to be really careful. And the Super Minions now are beating at the front door, but they have
Maple
West
does so much damage to that turret that CompLexity's going to have to go in there. Gets pulled in, immediately forced to flash out the back. Goes down.
All right, so good Descendants as well. Some mispositioning from Maple Street. Dodo gets caught out. Now the chase continues. Talisman is popped. Probably maybe going to look for more. No, they're going to have to defend their base. And with 50 seconds left on that, they could look for the 3v5 down mid if they want to go for that inhibitor. There's a minute and 50 on Dragon and a lot longer on Baron. So it looks like they're going to go for the inhibitor mid instead. Slushy kind of split pushing off to the side. They're still fairly low. One spear would end his life.
He's got to watch out for the ace in the hole. Ace in the hole is almost up here, but I don't think he has to worry about it because... Oh, probably. Oh, he's going to try for the 1v1. He kites him back, and the pounce is not enough. Slushy now godlike at 11, 5, and 14, but CompLexity Black with a very scary push down the mid lane. Could look to just take out this inhibitor. I don't think Guess can stop them, but you got to watch out for the Lulu push down in the bottom lane. He's got a lot of aggressive pressure, but Westrise might actually be able to catch him out here. Starting to get that kite going on. The inhibitor falls. CompLexity Black do win out, taking out that inhibitor, but now they actually have to just stay alive. Robert's going to start kiting against California Trolls. He's going to try to make it out of the way. He's barriering out. He's 1v2 the flash out from Bubba Dub. Not sure where he was going, but he does pull. Okay, he pulled Robert Exley out. Now California Troll is taking a lot of pain there. Robert, very, very low.
Slushy just soloed Westrise up in the mid lane. Now
California looking to go in. There's a lantern, so... But Slushy had like 2 HP. And Westrise is a fully stacked bruise. All right, I'm done. Lulu's a cool champion. She's now going to completely destroy the base. Now she'll be able to 1v1 Broken Shard. Unfortunately, apparently out of 1v1 juice right there. I don't know what's happening anymore. This game is absolutely ridiculous. CompLexity Black have just straight up better objectives. Like they're like, okay, we're gonna try to protect, but more than that, we're just gonna wreck the map. So they were actually up in turrets for pretty much the entire game. Now actually for the first time now down in turrets. They still take out that middle inhibitor, so the inhibitor lane in the middle is even. It's not going to affect the side lanes, but there's no base, or there's no turret down there in bottom. So you have to think that's where Team 8 are going next.
All right, and as they're moseying around the map there, I don't... Oh, man. All right, they're looking for a blue steal. Broken Shard's kind of coming around the side. Maybe going to be able to spot it out. Kills a ward instead. Blue Lift gets tossed over to Guess 8 there. So, unfortunately, Sushi didn't snag that one away. They're going to look to go for Dragon. Barons in a minute. And CompLexity Black still on the defensive here. Even though they try to push down an inhibitor, they're losing these fights. And a teammate is capitalizing on everything they can, especially a fed Lulu, as well as a Bloodthirster was picked up from Maple Street, so not looking for any defensive items.
And while Maple may have picked up a Bloodthirster, it's Robert Exley that sells his boots for Zephyr. And when you start selling boots for Zephyr, you know the game is... It's probably pretty late. 45 minutes in, you already have 6 slotted 80 carries. This is definitely, like we said going into the game, a game the bottom lane's really going to decide. And by and far, Maple Street has just come up with huge. Okay, well, there's some extra
also stand
damage
off the
on
minions extremely fast though, which is ridiculous. The teleport gets canceled again by Westrice there.
I guess actually has a last whisper. I did not expect that. Another spear on a Maple Street. Like, for Pete's sake, just grab a Banshee's Veil in there. He's like, nope, gotta have all my items in there.
He can take the damage and just sustain up.
The Brutalizer didn't actually wind up working out for Maple Street, so he did wind up going with the double lifesteal item. So he's got Blade of the Ruined King and Bloodthirster. Used to see this build from Varus. They'd go for Boots of Lucidity and then buy a Spirit Visage back when it gave 20% CDR. So they had max CDR and double lifesteal. It's pretty cool, but that's not the build he's going for. All offense for both AD carries. Oh, actually, no. Robert has a Banshee's Veil. So as far as damage is concerned, Maple Street's going to win out that battle. He's got 400 ability power or 400 attack damage. Yeah, great one. And 36% lifesteal, which is probably the scarier thing out there. Whereas Robert has, let me go ahead and check this, has 20% lifesteal and overall just more defensive stats from, of course, his Banshee's Veil. Also, I'm not sure if he has more attack speed or not. We could check that out, but it's not important. What's important is big wave pushing down bottom, or top rather.
Wow, I just shielded all the damage from these in the hole.
That's cool. You know, Caitlyn has an ultimate that deals damage. Lulu has a 10-second cooldown shield that apparently counters it out. All right, well, you know, there are comparisons that can be made, but let's not judge. We're just gonna talk about League of Legends here. It's 2,000 gold lead, but at this point, 70k gold, almost 80k gold on both sides. I don't think gold really matters anymore. We're starting to see some huge items across the board, but nothing bigger than, like we said, those 80 carries, AP carries as well. Talking about full offensive build there from Maple Street. You got full offense from Slushy too. I guess Zhonya's is kind of a defensive item, but it's getting him all the way up to a grand total of 733 ability power. So let's see, probably sitting at 548, so a couple hundred down. Gonna have some pretty strong spears, but is forced to build double defense items.
And now they're kind of hanging around towards this Baron pit here. 2 open inhibitors, though, could be really dangerous for them to go for Baron, because you can see a rush down mid from the side of Team 8, and they can try to outplay a team fight even if they get Baron. So a little bit of poke coming in from Maple Street, getting rid of that Banshee's Veil. He's got to be careful. He's kind of extended a little far forward, but here comes the Whimsy. Lulu gets the Glitter Lance onto Bubba Dub. Not going to chase anything else.
Oh my gosh, this game is so, like...
Oh, double traps.
Okay.
Wow, that's a ton of damage.
Yeah, those traps really chunking him out. They're AP Nidalee traps, and keep in mind it also has taken the AP damage. Slushy's got that Lich Bane going on in the bottom inhibitor. It's going to take a couple more shots before he just takes it out. Very, very strong at pushing turrets and objectives. Therefore, for Slushy. And now, the problem here that I see for Team 8 is that both of their carries, while they are incredibly, unfathomably strong, have very few defensive options. And so it's going to be up to just straight up kiting and positioning correctly to keep them alive. If CompLexity can find a pick onto either one of them, they will die almost instantly. But look at that Lich Bane shot onto Robert. It takes out like a quarter of his HP. It doesn't matter because he has lifesteal, but in a team fight, that's really going to be the burst they need.
Looking for burst on the side, though, is from Maple Street. We did have Subjugate used out there from Westrice onto Renekton. Spears coming through, but not connecting, not finding their mark. Broken Shard?
They're not
guarding?
connecting onto Renekton.
Unfortunately. So, still, they're able to hold this one off. If Spears do connect, that's a huge sign for them to look to go
Oh,
in.
California, man. That guy's super tanky. He has a Thorn Mail, too. If you check out overall armor values for California, he's sitting at 350 armor, and Robert Exley's still able to chunk him out, man. This game is mental. It's 48 minutes in. Everybody's got all the items they want. Maybe Dodo needs to pick up, I don't know, Banshee's Veil. That's the real big item I'd like to see there.
Andrews. That'd be cool. Broken Shard gets his shield broken while he looks to aggro Wraiths. Can we baiting guess?
Why are you fighting over a blue Wraith? Like, give me a break. That doesn't matter. It's more about sending a message. He gets it. He goes in, but still loses it. And now, like... All right, come on, guys. I don't know why Lee Sin's all the way up away from his team. You got to group up, keep your head in the game. It's at this point we have so much gold. We're like the World Cyber Games, just like beyond the game. It's like we're traveling through cyberspace. I don't remember how that went, but rest in peace. It's 50 minutes in.
Yeah, nothing really crazy. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of what you were saying. I have no idea
You've
what's
never
going
heard
on.
Beyond the Game?
I have heard the Beyond the Game. It's just,
That's where we're going right now.
it's laid in peace. It needs to not be said anymore.
Oh,
It is done.
Ripperino. The struggle. All right, so California Trolls versus Bubba Dub. Nobody really cares. At this point, the game is so polarly decided between like the 80 carries. It's like 80 carries will like kill almost anyone almost instantly right now. Broken Shard's pretty dense. He's got that Frozen Heart in there, which is a cool item to have. It's a rough item to build on a lot of champions because it just doesn't fit with a lot of builds. But Broken Shard built it. I would have liked it on maybe Westrise. Could have used that extra mana and cooldowns for extra bites. But
Slushy's just chasing out Westerice and forcing him back. Wouldn't he's gonna last
he's
forever?
zooming after him, but yeah, not super effective. Well, Westerice actually lost, like you said, that 1v1 earlier versus Slushy. I don't know what world we live in when that's possible, but, you know, hey, still making it happen. Now, CompLexity Black are making the Baron call, and that means that they also have to watch out for maybe a teleport in from Westerice. Robert Ixley starting to get chunked there. He's going to flash back to the back. California Trolls getting DPS in the back. Robert takes him down with a huge crit from behind. Dodo's going to get sniped out there. Does Mikhails himself to keep himself alive there, but Maple Street, where are you going to show up? He just didn't have the damage that Robert had. That fight, California Trolls is down. Wow. Maple gets pulled in there. Is that going to turn the game around? Maple's dead. The nice Dragon's Rage to kick him back into the Baron, but with a smite onto that objective, it's Broken Shard that takes it out. But Slushy, in the meantime, he's taken out one inhibitor. He's going to try to take out another one. He just needs a couple more Lich Bane procs. He can actually wait, I don't think he can suicide for this one. He takes out 2 inhibitors single-handedly. Is going to regroup with Dodo. Now they're chasing out Bubba Dub. They just need to stop him, need to kill him. Bubba Dub goes down. Slushy's legendary. He's like 1v5ing the entire enemy team, and now is Prawley's going to try to chase onto them. Okay, Broken Shard's going to be able to kill off Dodo A. It's actually Prawley that finally takes him down. So 1 by 1, teammate are starting to drop. Robert's killing the mid lane, but Slushy's going back in. He's going to wait, he's going to back. No, he's going into the base. They're going to try to stop. Wait, okay, Broken Shard
Take a breath,
pushing.
Rapid. It's okay.
I don't know what's happening. There's too much going on, Dan.
There's not too much going on. It's very simple. So it's just going to go back. Guess it's going to go back as well. They're going to try to hold it off. Inhibitor's going to be not respawning anytime soon, so they're going to get some damage onto the turrets on the Nexus. Slushy's going to chunk out as much as possible, as well as deny waves, while Robert Ixley snipes.
Oh, that spear.
And that spear almost taking out Guess 8 there. We do have the Glitter Lances. They'll be clear out waves phenomenally, but they're going to have super minions from 2 lanes in mid and bot. So teammate still looking okay to hold this one out, but CompLexity Black still showing that fighting chance to come back in with that Baron. They still have 3 members with it, and they can just look to disengage, go back to base, buy whatever potions or items they want, and then maybe look for one more push in a side lane where the super minions are pushing.
Okay, Robert, okay, Net's over the wall. Whew, safe and sound. Maple got caught out there at that Baron fight, did not have great positioning, and almost lost himself the game. Slushy just puts his carry pants on, or like his carry dress, or his carry shawl, or whatever it is that Lulu wears, runs down the bottom lane, takes out an inhibitor, doesn't care about Westrise. He's going in again on a Westrise. Westrise was like, no, please, Lulu, make it stop. Not able to follow that up, and now Slushy's going to take down this entire bottom lane. CompLexity Black are out of position. They're going to... Okay, this is too much. Dan.
All right,
we have to tag you in.
The turret does go down. Inhibitor going to be the next target here from Slushy, but he gets speared and shut down by Prawley. A ton of damage comes in from that one. We're going to see Maple Street have to back out, but a Flash Flame box comes through. A ton of damage goes on top of that one. Snipe connects. Prawley gets the kill. Rampage for him. Looking for Guess 8, though. Flashing away. Descendants goes on a Dodo. That sacrifices his life, and this could actually smell like game for CompLexity Black after a long 53-minute fight. And California Trolls may look to try to take down Robert Ixley. If he can actually take him out here, he can get
He's
a bunch
just
of damage.
stalling at this point. Robert's going to die to the super minions.
No, the Lantern comes in. A teleport as well from Westerice will shut down that engage. And that should
Probably going to end.
Yeah, probably looking to push down mid and ending the game by himself. No, actually, they're going to be able to hold for a little bit longer because they need to let the super minions not end the game in the bot lane. So Broken Shard's going to deal with that one. And
Is this game not over?
No, they have 30 more seconds. I think if
Probably
sacrifices his life, maybe?
No, if you suicide right now, then you just lose the game. There's nothing
He's
you
going to
can
kick
do
him
about
away
that.
and disengage and try to cut it out for as long as possible. So
You know, he's got maybe some damage there, but he just has to stay alive. If Guess 8 dies, then the game is just over. Westerice is going to tank things up.
The shield.
Oh, I think this is game.
Kicks him in. Maybe he's going to be able to hold it off. Unless some troll inhibitor respawns. That'd be pretty funny. But there's one Nexus turret going down too very soon.
Slushy's up. This is the 1v5 we've been looking for immediately.
He gets hooked. Oh,
All
no.
right.
The Pillar of the Wild Growth. The Zanya's, though, just delayed a little bit longer. We're going to see him actually take down Prolly, but that is the game.
Oh, my.
So, interesting enough. I don't know. That was pretty fun.
I don't even know what to say right now. I am so speechless after watching an incredibly back-and-forth performance. Team 8 just played their hearts out, lost out in the end. But this is the definition of GG. You got to hit that at the end, and it's just impressive to see two closely matched teams go up against each other. The gold count, even at the end of the game, was like 4,000, 5,000 gold difference at 50 minutes, which is completely negligible. And Team 8 just playing their hearts out, but CompLexity Black, they just had such great rotations. They took down the first inhibitor, and they really used that to maximum potential. Now, Slushy was able to like run around and take down 2 inhibs at the end, but at that point, it's all about how many can you keep alive. And after, I think it was Maple and then Slushy there at the end that got speared out, the game kind of just deteriorated from there. Congratulations to CompLexity Black, who win an incredibly hard-fought game, one of the longest, one of the best games I've ever casted, and it's good to have you guys all here along with us. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. I'm going to go get some water and probably going to need a refill on brain juice after that one, something like that. It's going to be a long night, but we'll have Studio up here next to finish things off, and it's going to be good. Curse Academy take on email support in the game coming up next. Do remember, if you missed out on any of today's action, you can follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and on YouTube at NACL Esports. And if you missed anything from today's games or any of the games this season, head over to youtube.com/NACL Esports and check out all the VODs that we've got uploaded there for you. You can also, once again, follow myself on Twitter right there at Rapid Casting. And there's at EGAD or feed if you want to follow EGAD. We'd love to talk to you about tonight's games, but I just need a little bit of a break, and maybe you guys do too. So we're going to take one of those. We'll be right back with Curse Academy versus Email Support.